Hey YouTube, this is Cuthbert with a quick tip on how to create and play in a slow motion MVM server. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create the server. I'm going to select MVM decoy because that's the easiest to defend for me. So go ahead and start that server. The other settings don't really matter unless you already know what you're doing with them. And if you don't, just leave them as they are and you should be able to run your server just like that. Just so you know, this trick won't work on most or pretty much all other MVM servers, so don't go trying this on Valve servers or personally hosted servers unless you know the admin and they know you can do this, because you might get yourself kicked. So I'm going to go as a spy. It doesn't really matter what loadout I'm using. So the first thing you're going to want to do is turn on cheats. So you're going to type in SV underscore cheats, and you can see the 0 there is the default or the current value, and we're going to type 1 to enable it. And then I'm just going to do something to make my life easier, because there's no way I can defend this thing with stock. And just going to buy some upgrades. Alright, so what I did there is I gave myself some money, because otherwise this game gets preposterously difficult, especially as a spy. So we're just going to go ahead and ready up here, and wait for the robots. So you're going to open the console, and type in host underscore timescale, and you can see right now it's 1.0, but if we type in 0.2 and press enter and hide the console, you'll notice all of the robots are now moving in slow motion, and everything is slow motion, and it's just really, really awesome. So that's all you need to know. But I'm just going to guide you through some gameplay while we're at it. So if you want to, go ahead and close that window now. You don't have to watch me try and backstab this robot. Come here. Ha! Butter knife. So, I bought all of the upgrades. That's what that last little thing was for, because otherwise it is incredibly difficult to play this. And without the attack speed, it kind of gets boring because you're just sitting there waiting for your gun to reload. Another really useful mod or hack, I guess you'd call it, that I have is it's something called, I think it's called scripting. If you look at my sapper, it's already refilled, and that has nothing to do with the slow motion mod. If you go into console and type in bind mouse 1, which is your left click, and then in here you type in plus attack, which is your fire, like shooting or backstabbing or whatever you're doing. I'm going to die. And then you use a semicolon to separate it and type in impulse 101. So now every time that you press mouse 1, it runs both of these commands. So it attacks and does impulse 101. And what impulse 101 does is it reloads, so to speak. It does the same action as running up to the health and ammo dispenser up in the bases in PvP. So you end up with a really, really, really overpowered gameplay. And if I had clicked there, I wouldn't have died. So you can see here, if I start emptying my clip on this revolver here, I get to 16, and now if I left click, oh, go away, I have a full clip. Like that, there, the moment I let go. So, I can't, unfortunately, just spam the sapper button. I need to left click something else, which creates great inconvenience, but I can't really complain considering how much cheating I'm doing already. So we'll just sap this robot, reset that by hitting this button, go back to our sapper. Oh, see, it's not letting us face stab this scout. Okay, it's fairly glitchy, the impulse 101 trick, but you can see here I'm getting roasted by these pyros and not taking any damage because I'm just mashing that impulse 101 button. Take note that holding it down doesn't do the trick. You have to actually get me some crits. You have to repeatedly click it, which isn't that bad considering every time you do it refills your health if it's below what your class can take. So a lot of useful stuff in there. The other one I did is currency underscore give, which gives you currency. If you've ever played on something that I like to call a storm server, they'll do that a lot, where you just get crap tons of money, so you can buy upgrades and it's a little bit easier. A couple more recommendations that I have. Every time you're done with one of these maps going into slow motion, do yourself a favor and set it to a number higher than 1. So maybe 1.2, because otherwise you'll go back to real time. You'll go play in a normal server and you'll be like, what is going on? Because everything's going to be really fast, and I'll show you what that's like by changing host time scale back to 1. So it's something, you do it with music too. All of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I suck. What is this? I can't hit jack, I can't turn because you're used to the slow motion, and I'm dead. Maybe I can salvage this with more slow motion. I cannot. Oops. So there you have it, quick slow motion in TF2. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.